Buddy Pugh's defense that has to go to work here. Haynes King looking downfield, open man inside the 15. It's the Texas A&M transfers hooking up. Chase Lane on the grab for 23.
You see the familiarity. Haynes King with the pump fake. You make the defense stop and react, and a good job finding Chase going down the field.
Chase Lane, a guy who would not be here at Georgia Tech if not for Haynes King. Handoff here to Cooley, who's dropped. It's a great article, Georgia Tech website this week. Chase Lane, who was ready to make his decision. Haynes King kind of called him up after Chris Wanke had asked him, hey, who were you throwing with? He mentioned Chase Lane. They said, hey, we could take a guy like that. And Haynes King said, hey, just come talk to us, hear what they have to say. Fell in love with the campus, and the rest is history. Second down, King, plenty of time here, into the flats to Cooley, 5-yard line, spinning, and he's out of bounds. Aiden Weber on the stop.
And a good job by King, taking what the defense gives him.
Flag on the field. Right at the 1-yard line.
And I think they're going to look at possibly targeting because he led with the crown of his helmet, and he launched at the offensive player, Cooley.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 8. After this is to the goal with an automatic first down.
Interesting, because I thought they would look at possibly looking at a targeting penalty. He leads with the crown of his helmet. He hits him above the shoulders. By definition, that looked like a targeting penalty.
I wonder if something happened after that play almost. Sets up first and goal.
The ruling on the previous play is under further review for the possibility of a targeting foul.
They'll look at targeting. It'll be first and goal when we come back. Georgia Tech by 14.
Can't sleep.
Just a lot on my mind.
I can't sleep either.
It only gets tougher with age.
Mom, what?
Well, knowing Progressive can protect your home, auto, and business should help you relax.
Good, because I could use a good night's sleep.
Me too. You know how early a chimney sweep gets up every day?
Wait, is this all a dream?
Why would Jamie be in my dream?
I am America's biggest spokesperson.
Debatable.
I said biggest.
Well, he's got you there.
This is not just online scheduling. This is vaccines made easy for those who've got plans.
For over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make, cutting crusts, not corners. Because your little ones always deserve the best. Ring the bell. The deli is open. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Businesses need 5G solutions today. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. MLB partners with T-Mobile to not only enhance the fan experience, but to advance how the game is played. AAA relies on T-Mobile's network to stay connected nationwide so they can help get their members back on the road. And we're helping Pano AI innovate to stop the spread of wildfires. Now's the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
My favorite ice cream is wrapped in a thick, cracking chocolate shell. But I also love the one filled with rich salted caramel sauce. Oh, and then there's the one with the smooth Madagascan vanilla ice cream. Good thing, my 3 favorite ice creams are the same one. Magnum Double Caramel. Magnum. More is more.
There are 3 things that you have to look at. First, they called personal foul because the back was out of bounds and he got hit late. The second thing that you look for, and it's what I thought early before I saw him being out of bounds, he led with the crown of his helmet and he hit the back in his helmet and he launched and he hit him above his shoulder. So by definition, that is targeting, and he is disqualified from this football game.
And that's the part of that rule that's, I think, the tough part to swallow is the disqualification, which is very harsh. Handoff to Cooley, and that ball came out there. South Carolina State says they have it, and they do.
And this is why you never give up on a play. When it looked like Cooley's getting ready to walk into the end zone, it looked like he tried to spin, and a South Carolina State player was there to hit the football. Let's watch here. He actually got punched out, it looked like. I think that was number 25.
Yeah, Jamari Benjamin and Jalen Evans came up with it, just caught it out of the air.
Yeah, number 25 punched the ball out, and then Jalen Evans is able to grab it out the air. It's a great play by both of those defenders, and this is why you never give up on a play. Because it looked like Cooley's getting ready to walk into the end zone. They had really good movement at the point of attack, but the defenders did a good job of sticking their hands in there, punching, and trying to get that ball out.
Huge stop for the Bulldogs. And they're going to review this as well.
And I thought Jamari Benjamin did a good job. You see right there, well, actually, he didn't punch it. The ball just popped out.
I think the review is if he was in the end zone first, but he's not even close.
I think they're trying to see where was the defender when he got the ball. It might be down on the, well, the defender's foot is on the end line, because that's a huge difference between the ball being down on the 1 yard line going out or the 20-yard line. And I think because the defender's foot is on the goal line, they may bring that ball out to the 20. Watch his foot. I think it's his left foot, number 1. When he gets control of the football, you can't really see right there. Maybe if we see the other angle. Yeah, his foot was on the line, and I think that's why they looked to make sure his foot was on the line, which helps South Carolina State tremendously. You don't want to be on your own 1 yard line coming out.
Andre Washington is back at quarterback for South Carolina State. Helmet popped off on a play on their last drive, and he did not re-enter. But he's back out there now with 2 backs in the backfield. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Washington, maybe a little bit of a blown play, trying to make something of it, runs through an arm tackle, puts his shoulder down, he's across the 35, gets 17 on 1st down.
And right now, the South Carolina State offensive line is winning at the point of attack. A good job covering up the defenders, and you see number 72 climb up and be able to cover up the linebackers. That's what you want to see from your guards and center. Climbing to the second level, covering up those linebackers. Too often, the Georgia Tech linebackers are taking on the contact instead of being slippery and getting around those big guys.
Georgia Tech losing 2 100-plus tacklers from a season ago at those linebacker positions. Dragged down in the backfield, Kevin Harris, who is a big-time athlete, a former top 100 recruit, transfer from Alabama, a guy that they need to have a big year.
And Kevin Harris, long arms, quick twitch, and he's able to get around the edge. You see him, it's almost like he said, okay, enough is enough, Washington. Stop this.
There's a big man in Andre Washington being thrown backwards, setting up 2nd and 14. Washington looks to the sideline, taking their time here on offense. Something you talked about right out of the gates, trying to speed this game up a little bit. Washington throws it out and goes out of bounds. You wonder, it was almost looked like a forward pass.
Really on the field with a fumble that went backward and out of bounds. 3rd down.
And you see pursuit from the opposite side of the field. A good job by Paul Moala to come across the formation, find the seam, get up in there, and make the quarterback make a decision. And that's what you want to do as the defense. You want to make the quarterback make the decision. While the quarterback is pressing that defense, trying to make them commit before he pitches the football, you want to make the quarterback make the decision as opposed to making the defense.
Empty set, man in motion. Washington on the keeper here on 3rd and long, trying to get the edge, and he's going to be knocked out. He gets about 7 yards, but still going to bring up 4th and long. KJ Wallace running him out of bounds on that South Carolina State sideline.
And one of the things that hurt them on that drive is that first down when Kevin Harris made the tackle in the backfield. It put this team behind the sticks. They haven't had much success throwing the football, running the football. That's where they've been effective. But when you put them behind the sticks, you make them make decisions that they possibly don't want to make offensively.
Maxion Cobb back out there to punt this one away again. Gets a good boot to this one. Down inside the 20 for Blaylock, but has a chance to return it up the sideline. Blaylock trying to go back across the field. He's going to be dropped at about the 38-yard line by Jaden Jones. A 19-yard return for Blaylock to set up this Georgia Tech offense.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
For over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make, cutting crusts, not corners. Because your little ones always deserve the best. Ring the bell. The deli is open. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
MLB chooses T-Mobile for Business for 5G solutions to not only enhance the fan experience, but to advance how the game is played. Now's the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
You know that feeling of having to rewash dishes that didn't get cleaned? I don't. Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently.
Scrub? Soak? Nope. I just scrape, load, and I'm done.
Only Platinum Plus is bigger, with double the Dawn grease-fighting power and double the scrubbing power for a no-rewash clean and a cabinet-ready shine.
Rewash? Not in my house.
Upgrade to Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick and try Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Natalia, donate at redcross.org/ESPN. Your donation will help provide people and communities affected with food, water, emergency shelter, and relief supplies. One guy for Georgia Tech who has been so impressive in the community, very active, is LaMiles Brooks, their talented safety, a member of their Jackets Without Borders club, and he went to Puerto Rico back in 2022 to help rebuild homes affected by Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. Talked about how they're still kind of going through it over there after that. Said it was an incredible experience, but he is so active. He had an event yesterday he went to after practice. He was supposed to have one today, and I'm not sure if the postponement of the game, or the delay, excuse me, will affect that. Said he just wants to put smiles on people's faces. A wide open receiver out wide is Chase Lane, who's across midfield for a first down to pick up a 14.
What Georgia Tech did on that play is you had a bunch of players moving and shifting prior to the snap of the football, and they got what they wanted, mismatches and confusion by the South Carolina State defense.
King 10 of 11 so far, 84 yards through the air, and plenty of time here. Look at the protection. Couple pump fakes, gets it out to Haynes. He's got a pickup of about 5 yards.
And the offensive line is giving Haynes King everything that he wants. He had a crossing route that he could have hit Chase Lane on, but he didn't want to go there. He looked down the field. He went through his progressions, and when he did not see what he liked, he dumped the ball off to Haynes.
That sets up 2nd and 5. An offensive line we talked about earlier. There's been some changes. Ethan McKinney getting the start at left tackle. They moved Jordan Williams out to right tackle. Haynes pushes forward, another first down. Connor Scaglione, the Princeton transfer, who's played a lot of football at right guard today, and they've looked really good so far.
Well, what you're seeing from this offensive line is you're seeing the offensive tackles do a good job of keeping the width of the pocket. The guards in the center are being stout at the point of attack, and they're not allowing for pressure to come in Haynes King's face.
King again, plenty of time out to Haynes, who is knocked down in the backfield, which was Austin, who replaced Aiden Weber. Loss of 3 on the play. And tonight on the ACC Network and the ESPN app after Southern Miss and Florida State, ACC Huddle has a complete wrap-up of our game and the whole day of highlights, analysis, and interviews with players and coaches. They'll get you caught up on anything you might have missed. We've had delays kind of all across ACC country today in some form. Happy we got things started here in Atlanta 2 hours and 21 minutes late. King looking downfield, has an open man. It's the freshman! Back-to-back weeks. Eric Singleton Jr., 40-yard strike from Haynes King.
And number 3, Marquise Bradley got caught looking in the backfield. You've got to pay attention and stay on top of your receivers. You can't allow the receiver to climb up on you as a defensive back when you don't have safety help over the top. You've got to keep everything in front of you, and Marquise Bradley did not do that on that play, allowing for the easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
5 plays, 62 yards, over 2 minutes and 16 seconds. The extra point is good from Gavin Stewart, and it's 21-0 Georgia Tech. The freshman, Eric Singleton, his first game here at Bobby Dodd Stadium, and he comes through again, back-to-back weeks.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network,
When there's real strawberries. When there's real strawberries. Crunchy almonds. Smooth, yogurty clusters. And crisp toasted flakes.
Happy to format it for you.
What else can you do but dig in? Special K. Do what's delicious.
Hello, Patrick Mahomes.
Wait, who do you even play for?
T-Mobile. And I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals that sack you with a 3-year device contract.
Even I can get sacked?
Not at T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, man. Now can I do the thing?
Do the thing. Excellent.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
Let's have a huddle.
You don't know what huddle is, do you?
No.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and save big during the Endless Summer Sale. Get 30% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $31.14. Hurry, it's only September 1st through the 11th. Shop online or at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
At Marshall's, our buyers go to great lengths to find you great deals on great quality products. It's great. Everything here is great. We get the deals, you get the good stuff. Marshall's.
You found the right model.
For sure.
Now, how can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
I have to talk to my bestie. Hey, girl. This one's like your last boyfriend. It's got issues.
Let's ask the experts. For the right used car, just say, "Show me the Carfax value." You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Sometimes when your receivers, wide open quarterbacks, get a little antsy and put too much on the football, but I like what Keene did on this play. He put a lot of air under the football and allowed the receiver to track that football, and Eric Singleton did a good job of keeping his eyes on the football, concentrating on the ball, not getting too excited on what he knew would be a touchdown.
True freshman from Douglasville, Georgia, out of Alexander High School. A couple catches for 34 yards and a touchdown last week. Into the end zone again this week. What a great start it's been to his Georgia Tech career. South Carolina State takes over.
And I think for South Carolina State offensively, you've got to get back to where you found success. And I think that is overloading that offensive line, getting your quarterback, Andre Washington, to the outside, and making him make defenders make a decision. That's what you want to put him in a position to do. Make these defenders commit to him, and then he can get that pitch going.
See if they can sustain a drive. In the first quarter, they did make it across the 50 into Georgia Tech territory, but that drive quickly stalled out after that. It actually happened once Washington's helmet popped off, and he had to go to the sideline. Handoff up the middle, decent pick up there, 5 yards on first down. Casey Fields. It's really been through the air where they have struggled the most, just 61.5 pass yards per game. I mean, that's something they have to improve on.
Well, I think the way that you improve your passing game is you get the run established and you make the defense put more players in the box to stop the run. That's when you'll get man coverage on the outside.
Doesn't help. Lost Shaquan Davis, who is now in the Saints practice squad. Almost 1,800 yards, 19 touchdowns the last 2 years for South Carolina State. That's a tough one to replace. You see the 2-yard pickup there on second down. Eford and Lockett on the stop.
And Lockett's another big fella, 6'6", 341 pounds. They've got some true zero technique players in the middle of this defense in Lockett and Biggers.
3rd and 3. There's just 1 for 5 on third down so far today. Trying to run the option outside. Washington tripped up, and they stop him on 3rd and short. Eddie Kelly got a piece of him.
And you have to wonder if Kelly's not able to trip Washington up. I think he gets the first down. A great job by Kelly, and I thought the offensive lineman could have done a better job. You've got to get hands on him, Eric Brown, and you've got to at least bump him, touch him, but you can't get a no-hitter and allow Kelly to get up the field and make that tackle.
Another chance for Blaylock here, who had a 19-yard return on the last attempt by Maxion Cobb. Georgia Tech's been close to a couple of these. Coming after this one again. Low line drive picked up by Blaylock. And he is surrounded. Great coverage on that punt by South Carolina State. It's Burrows again on the tackle, and Georgia Tech takes over when we come back.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
How irresistible are cheesy crackers?
Want it, need it, cheesy. Want it, need it, cheesy. Want it, Jeez. Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall.
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back.
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it. Peak fall achieved. DQ, happy tastes good.
Is this your plan to watch the game today? I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket.
It's not your best plan. But you know what it is? My plan from Verizon.
Football season is here. Get NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on us, a $449 value. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5, only on Verizon.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser powers through tough messes. So it makes it look like I spent hours cleaning. And no, I didn't.
It makes my running shoe look like new. It's amazing.
Wow. It makes it look like I don't have kids at all.
It's so good. Makes it look like I have magical powers.
With 80% less scrubbing, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser makes cleaning easy. Also available in sheets.
Women's sports rules the afternoon Sunday on ACC Network. Action starts at noon Eastern. Field hockey, UConn and number 7 Syracuse. Then 1:30 Eastern starts a soccer triple header. Number 20 Northwestern at Virginia Tech. Florida at number 2 Florida State. And at 5:30 Eastern, Wyoming and Louisville. You kicking around a little bit on the soccer field? Can I trust you?
That's not my sport of choice.
Okay. Right.
When I was a young kid, yeah, but a little bit too much running for the big fella.
You can move the feet, though. You can move the feet from the old
dancing
offensive
bear.
line. There you go.
Well, soccer's a lot more than dancing, man.
Dante Smith on the carry there on first down. 2-yard gain. The redshirt senior using his extra year. 6th season here at Georgia Tech. Haynes King and company have been lights out on the offensive side so far. Throws a strikeout wide to Dominic Blaylock. Targeted 3 times last week, did not have a catch. We've already seen him in the end zone today from King.
And I'm going to watch out the left tackle. Corey Robinson is back in the game at left tackle number 55. And he's playing against some really good pass rushers from South Carolina State. He had some issues last week in the passing game, so let's see how he does with Patrick Godbolt, number 43, and Jablonski Green, number 34. Those guys are excellent pass rushers off the edge, and I want to see how he reacts to those guys.
A continuing tradition of great defense at South Carolina State. They've had some tremendous players come out of there. Great strong run here to the 45, still on his feet to the 42-yard line. Dante Smith finally dragged down by Malcolm McGee. There's also a late flag. Somehow that turned into a 14-yard gain. Great defense at South Carolina.
And this is all on the back. That's just power running right there, running through arm tackles and keeping his feet churning.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense. Number 4. 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So to go along, I know that's a personal foul on him, but how impressive is that? You're running through people, running over people, running through arm tackles, and grabbing face masks all at the same time.
Doing a little bit of everything right there.
Just a little bit of everything, right? I think everybody's kind of trying to figure out, how do you do that? You see the fans in the crowd looking up at the jumbotron.
Hey, hats off to these fans who have stuck around for 2 hours and 20 minutes while we waited during that weather delay. The students, none of them left. Third and 3 now for Georgia Tech. Back on their own side of the 50-yard line. First half winding down, 4:40 and ticking. King hands it off, chance to get outside for Smith. Dragged down, but he does get the first down. Tackle by DeMarcus Doe, who has been active. Let's take a look back at that face mask on the last play.
I watched Dante Smith on this play. Great job dragging, but he's also dragging the defender and holding on, twisting his helmet, holding on. He's still holding on.
It almost didn't look like he was trying to get unhooked.
Yeah.
It didn't look comfortable, that's for sure.
It looked purposeful.
True freshman Evan Dickens in the backfield now. King spins out of it, launching downfield, just over the outstretched reach of Eric Singleton Jr.
And a good job by the South Carolina State defenders not allowing King to set his feet. He had to throw that on the run, and I think that is what made him put a little bit too much on the football. I think if he's able to set his feet, he's able to take a little bit off of that football and allow his receiver to run under it. And Eric Singleton has been a big part of this offense all afternoon. The true freshman is really showing up today.
King looking, wide open receiver, middle of the field. Breaking tackles now across the 35-30 and drop down at the 27-yard line. Christian Leary on the grab. 25 yards to move the chains.
And watch Leary on this play. This is the Alabama transfer, the quick track guy. You see him able to shift gears. He's very twitchy. And in the open field, that is what you expect from your athletes. Let them be athletic in the open field.
Handoff to him this time, dropped in the backfield. Big hit coming off the edge. It's Burrows who has been active on special teams a lot so far.
And as fast as Leary is, I don't like that play because it's east and west. You want to get him going north and south. When you go east and west, you allow defenders in pursuit to get up the field. He was never able to plant that outside foot and get north and south.
Spreading things out here, the big tight end side there on the near side of the field, looking downfield. Singleton can't come up with it, knocked out of his hands by Jalen Evans in coverage. That brings up 3rd and long.
And a good job by Evans to get his hand in there, not overreact and try and make the big hit, but get the ball out of the receiver's grasp.
Talk about the tradition of great defense there. Thomas Howard, their defensive coordinator in his first season. We talked about the players they've had in the past, guys like Shaquille Leonard, who was the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2018. Javon Hargrave, who's with the Eagles right now. Jacoby Durant with the Rams, had 3 picks as a rookie last year. They've got some big-time pros right now. King looking downfield again. That one's batted away. Jamari Benjamin on the coverage, and that brings up 4th and long.
And a good job by South Carolina State. They only rushed 3. They dropped 8 back into coverage. And that's what you want to do. Keep everything in front of you. And when the ball is released from the quarterback, go and make a play on the football. They didn't get much of a pass rush, but they had everything covered up, and they were on top of all of the receivers.
It's going to be a 47-yard attempt here for Gavin Stewart. He was 0 for 2 on field goals last week. He missed a 54-yarder at the end of the first half, and then a 33-yarder. This one up, and it is going to be pulled left. No good from 47 yards, so a frustrating start to the season for him from a field goal standpoint, and the South Carolina State defense has another stop. Stewart, a junior from Savannah, Georgia. Buddy Pugh hoping this offense can put something together late in this first half, under 2:40 to play. Trailing 21-0. It'll be Corey Fields Jr. back at quarterback with Jordan Howell in the backfield with him here. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Fields throwing, caught. Wrapped up quickly near the 32. Keyshawn Toney, the Chattanooga College transfer at tight end. They really like what they've seen from him early on.
And that's what I think you need to see from the South Carolina State offense. Quick pass game, get your ball to your players in open field, and hope that they can get some one-on-one matchups and make a play for you.
It's their first pass completion. 2nd and 7. Clock ticking near 2 minutes now remaining in the first half.
75 yards. Since then, you had a 3 and out. Punt after running
Fields and Howell in the backfield with Corey Fields Jr.
4 plays and another punt. That's a total of 15 yards after that opening drive.
Looking for a little wheel route out of the backfield, but overthrows Howell. Now, one guy Georgia Tech missing right now is that man right there holding the cards, number 32. That's Sylvain Youngjuin, who is from Belgium. talented defensive end, tore his ACL, announced that he would have surgery soon. He will miss the rest of this season, but a guy that looks like an NFL defensive end, has the build, has experience here. This was his 5th season. It's really disappointing. He will come back next year, and they just rave about the type of kid this guy is.
As an offensive tackle, when you see a guy 6'4", between 260 and 240, you know that they've got speed, rush ability, and they're going to get up the field. And that is exactly what he brings to the table for this defense when he's playing.
The older players in FBS, this is a wide open receiver across midfield into Georgia Tech territory. Richard Bailey, the grad student from Hollywood, South Carolina, finally brought down by Jalen King on a pickup of 25.
And a good job by Corey Fields identifying where the open man would be. And I like the way that he got up the field and covered up the football, Bailey, to make sure he did not get the ball stripped. When you're coming towards tackles, you want to cover it up because guys are coming from everywhere punching at that football.
1st and 10 at the Georgia Tech 42. Going to the sideline, another strike right there, right back to Richard Bailey. 7-yard pickup, stops the clock at 1:16.
And they're finding the matchup that is favorable. You got the matchup with Paul Moala on that play, the linebacker, and you think the tight end is going to win that battle every time.
And the call from the sideline. How big would this be going to the half for South Carolina State? Georgia Tech will get the football to start the second half. Minute 16 left in the half. 2nd and 3. Fields, a little bit of time. Downfield, almost grabbed. Keyshawn Toney went up and just had it come off his hands. Coming up at halftime, Mark Packer, E.J. Manuel, Eric McLean talking Florida State past and present. A special guest also in the booth. Talk about the 2024 Aer Lingus College Football Classic, plus first half stats and highlights from here in Atlanta. 3rd down now.
Coach in New Mexico, defensive coordinator in San Diego State for a couple of years, took over the head coaching job, went back to be the defensive coordinator and linebackers coach in New Mexico. Developed a relationship years ago with Dino Babers. Dino Babers was intrigued with the 3-3-5 defense.
Snaps it with 2 on the play clock. Out to Toney, who breaks a tackle, puts the shoulder down. Look at the big man go. A 1st down inside the 30, breaking 2 tackles. LaMiles Brooks couldn't bring him down. Kenan Johnson couldn't either.
And 3 things on that play. 1, you broke the tackle. Something that the coaching staff stressed this week is wrapping up and making the tackles. Then he breaks another tackle. And he also gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
does that on that play. That's a great ball delivered by Schrader.
One of their most talented offensive linemen, Nick Taste, helmet came off, so he goes to the sideline for this play.
Positive yardage down near the 20.
1st and 10, 1:04 on the clock.
Just going back to the Rocky Long Dino Babers relationship. Dino Babers was intrigued.
Fields flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield, lobs it up, and contact. Flag comes out. It was underthrown, and it kind of worked to their advantage. Miles Sims runs right through Jalen Linder.
And that was good by Linder. He knew he was not going to be able to get to the football, so he stopped because he knew the defender was not looking around, did not have his head around, did not know where the football was, and the defender would run into him.
And so this time when Dino Babers called Rocky Long, he's like, hey,
Great play by Linder to sell that and allow the defender to run into him. And once again, a defender, you've got to turn around and you've got to locate the football. And usually when the ball is in the air, you hear the sideline screaming, ball, 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 to tell the defender and alert him to turn around. So I don't fault the defender, but at the same time, a great job by the receiver stopping and allowing the defender to run through him to get the penalty.
Another catch by Isaiah Jones. He's brought down just short of the goal line. Wofford on the tackle.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Fields looking across the middle. It is caught and just short of the goal line. Jordan Smith with a nice grab in traffic.
And a great job by Fields fitting the ball in there. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. And a good job squeezing that football by Jordan Smith. You've got a defender coming across. He's able to hold the ball close to himself. When Miles Brooks makes the tackle, preventing him from getting the touchdown.
First and goal, run up the middle, and they're in. Touchdown. Casey Fields, the true freshman, into the end zone for the first score of the day for the Bulldogs.
And you got pushed from the offensive line from South Carolina State right at the point of attack.
Overpower that defensive line. And then Quentin Allen going over the top. You gotta love what you see in that offensive line. How
Fields 5 for 7 for 54 yards on that drive, and it's punched in by Casey Fields. The extra point blocked.
He could have just walked into the end zone behind the hole that line
Jalen
created.
King coming off the edge to get a piece of it, so it remains 21-6.
Watch the offensive line on this play. You see them moving guys, pushing the defenders into the end zone, and a good job by the back, knowing where the push is coming from on the right side of that offensive line, and he's able to get to the end zone. A good job by this offensive line, continuing to work their feet, push, be the low man at the point of attack, and be the first to make contact. Usually the first to make contact wins the battle at the point of attack, and they fired off, and they were able to get the push necessary for Fields to run behind those guys, those big fellas, and get into the end zone. And what a confidence builder this is for this offense.
Defense, number 99. His first of the game. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most
Dowse,
significant
defensive
things that I was
tackle
put on this earth to
from
do.
Savannah, Georgia,
But
for
it's
Georgia Tech.
difficult for a
And the coaching staff talked about Daquan Dowse yesterday during our meetings and how he had earned his start because he had played so well in the Louisville game. Those are mental mistakes that you cannot have. And I tell you what, I would not want to be the player at halftime having to talk to Coach Key about making an error in judgment. When you talk about a fired-up coach, man, our coach's meeting yesterday, man, hey, he gives you everything you look for in one of those coaches, and you see the energy. You see it right there. He's one of those guys that he's going to get in your face. He's going to tell you how he feels about it. And I tell you what, I would not want to be the player that he's talking to and that he's going at right now.
T-Mobile for Business for 5G solutions.
You said it. He's an offensive lineman. He's an old offensive lineman, played his ball here at Georgia Tech, and somebody's hearing about it.
Absolutely.
America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
Did you know there's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%? Try Dawn Power Wash.
Because it trickles down to
It
your
removes
players.
99% of grease and grime in half the time. Dawn Power Wash has 3 cleaning boosters.
Great job taking over after a 1-3 start. Had the interim tag removed in November, took over full-time. This is his first full season as head coach. We asked him about what it's like to be the head coach of your alma mater, and he said, man, it's cool. It's just really cool to get to do this. Asked if there was added pressure, and he said, I put that pressure on myself. I welcome that. He is all about winning, all about them improving every single day individually and as a team. Not happy with the way this first half has come to a close. 34 seconds here as they take over from the 25-yard line, and they've got some playmakers.
Anthony Calandria, though, the true freshman, Demick Starling, just runs right by the defender. He is the speedster. Can't get beat on a double move on 4th and 20. It happens.
To the South Carolina State ball club.
But the Dukes are bailed out by the overthrow. The freshman just trying to give his receiver a chance.
In any way. He said, I do not care who we're playing. This is about us, and we need to take care of business every day.
What a day.
Spinning is Haynes.
What
nice
a
move in
game.
the backfield. Now cuts it upfield.
What a comeback
Across the
for
40.
JMU.
Here goes Haynes to the 35, 25, inside the 20, and dragging a defender inside the 10-yard line. Jamal Haynes, what a run.
By JMU coming into a Power 5 stadium.
66 yards to set up the Yellow Jackets.
On the field today. There were times where Virginia looked like they had an opportunity to run away with this thing. And the Dukes are able to go on the road and get a win.
When you do that, you give
against
Haynes
their
the lane that he needs.
state
He's got the
team.
speed to
The
get to
Virginia
the outside
Cavaliers
of the field.
had
And
to
then
be
you
set
see the
right.
power to
This game was
drag
always
would-be
about more
tackles.
than the
Michael
football
Brunson, I
game
feel
for
bad
Virginia.
you.
Getting to
You
this
gotta
point was
ride
huge for
about
Tony
10
Elliott
yards
and this
as he
entire
drugged
program.
The defender
They will
down the
continue
field
to heal.
for
They
an
will
additional 10
continue to
yards.
push forward. I
Once
think
again,
they
you
found
see
themselves a
that
quarterback. They played well, but
And I think
JMU,
the offense
the
feeds
victors,
off of that
are deservingly
energy
so
from Coach
today.
Key, and you saw that on that play.
36.
Good gain on first down for Western Michigan.
spinning around the defensive end. Jamal McKinley in the backfield. Look at this from Haynes so far. 6 carries, 96 yards and a touchdown today. Tremendous performance from the redshirt sophomore.
And he comes from a powerhouse football program in Grayson, Georgia, which is a suburb of Atlanta. They've got some great players. Robert Kindici is another great player that came out of that program. So he's used to big-time football, and you see the ability. When you talk about running backs, there are intangibles that you look for. You look for vision. You look for power. You look for balance. And he's shown all of those things when he's had the football in his hands this afternoon.
And there's a handful of Grayson High School members on this Georgia Tech team. Kenyatta Watson II is one of them on the defensive side of the ball. 1st and goal now at the 8-yard line. Haynes in the backfield with Haynes King. Gonna throw it. Looking to the sideline corner of the end zone. Caught. It's Brett Seither, the 2nd week in a row in a similar spot for the big tight end. How about that for a response?
And, you know, we thought they would be a little bit careful because they were backed up against their own end zone. But when you get the big play like they did from Haynes, I mean, it just opens the door for you to get another score on the board before the half. And you talk about killing momentum for South Carolina State. They were looking to go in only down by 15 points. And then once again, great job by Haynes King to find his tight end. And this is a guy that transferred from the University of Georgia. You couldn't get on the field because you had so many tight ends.
They've gotten after and done some work.
Brock Bowers was probably the best tight end in college football right now. So he did what was best for him. Is he transferred about an hour away to another school
led by quarterback Cam Fancher in ECU territory. Second and 10, they go to Rasheen Ali. He's one of the top running backs in the country, but they cannot get him going today. 2 years ago when he faced ECU, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns. What's missing today?
And that's how you nullify a good back like Rasheen Ali. He's got 5 carries for -2 yards. You get him at the point of attack. Don't let him get, his feet go.
State sideline, I have seen quarterback Michael Limo taking a bit more
He's getting really good push on that O-line from Marshall, kind of moving him back into the backfield.
Another 3rd and long. It's been a theme in this game today.
Leading by example on the field. He has certainly rallied his offense. You're seeing it this round.
Ali the motion man. Fancher looks his way. Pass is caught.
Kent, Ohio in the summertime. Handoff again goes to Gavin Garcia.
To Lee Keaton, he's near that first down. Needed 11, only got 10.
To know the guys on this team.
You'd probably go for this though, Rainey.
You know, I would because your kicker's already missed one today. And this is a good little tunnel screen. It's on delay. Nice job by the offensive lineman to get out. Good throw by Fancher.
This time, Arkansas clogs up the middle of that line of scrimmage, maybe a yard for Garcia.
Limo's finding his way. Obviously, it takes time, but the opportunity is definitely there for him, and he looks to be talking more, being more vocal, taking some initiative, and his offense is actually playing off his energy.
Xavier Williams checks in at running back now. Garcia heads to the sideline. Williams missed last year, but 2 years ago had 832 yards on the ground. He'll stand to the left of Alimo. Alimo throws. Pass caught, first down. Inside the 20, it goes to Krishan McCray. But there was a flag down at the 20-yard line over here on that near hash mark.
Scoop going under center on an audible like that. Trent Holler, the center, who's actually a transfer from ECU.
Almost like, you know what, how can we just take the completion? I'd like to have that for my stat pack. You don't mind?
Looking at the defense, he just didn't secure that ball.
First down regardless. They're spotted at around the 17-yard line. And another quality drive by Kent State, led by their transfer quarterback.
Tosses it out of the back of the end zone. Nobody open
Boy, delayed handoff. They give it to Williams. That looked a little bit like the old Wake Forest.
Nice job by
The slow mesh.
You're exactly right. It looked like the old Wake Forest slow mesh RPO game. Nice physical run, but Thomas inside for a nice contact play.
Lowers his shoulder, spins free, churning his legs all the way to the 2-yard line. A powerful
Making some seconds off this clock. They're down 7-3. The only touchdown for Arkansas was a pick six from Antonio Greer, 25-yard return.
Square those shoulders, go, lower the blow, spin off it.
Second down and 8.
Inside the 5-yard line.
Boy, Limo almost got blown up. John Morgan came in untouched, timed the snap perfectly. That'll be a loss of 6.
Watch Morgan here. He times this, he beats the tight end over the top, and he's just able to be disruptive in the backfield. And that play never had a chance to get started.
So a third down and 13.
Right now,
working
K-State
within
won
the
a
church
four-on-third
for
down.
racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want.
Another delayed handoff. Arkansas all over it.
No love inside. Vertical penetration inside by Kelvin Rose. Now this is not bad. Take a look at this. Vertical penetration at the line of scrimmage, being disruptive. He just wrecked shop. He tore it up inside, and that's what this Arkansas defense has been looking for, been waiting for, an opportunity to get some knockback, be physical, and change the game.
Kiwi Rose, the fifth-year senior transfer from Louisiana Tech, just destroying the line of scrimmage, forcing his field goal attempt from 38 yards. Kick is on the way from Andrew Glass, and it's good. So 2 field goals for Glass, 48-38, makes it a 1-point game. Kenny Burns happy with the results.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things.
Wins a football more.
But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want. You spend a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising, nutrition, and with the help of the Thrive member network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Helps develop your brain. It teaches you that the end zone is only the beginning.
80% less water
For
than
college
hand washing,
athletes,
saving up to
for football,
$130 a year on utilities. And with Cascade Platinum Plus, you just scrape both done. So next time you're waiting to run
Working within the church for racial unity is
When you're with your club,
significant
Harmony
things that I
happens.
was
You can't. A club is all you need.
But
Without
it's difficult for a
Get the brands
nonprofit
you
to have
want.
the impact
with
that
Metro,
you
there's no
want when you're
contracts, no
spending a
price
lot of
tags,
your
no
time
surprises.
trying to
There's
figure
yada,
out
yada, yada.
fundraising.
Wait, Metro has not of the contract.
With the
You
help
always
of the
afford
Thrive
to the
member
you,
network,
to the
we were able to
max.
expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest
This
dreams.
vapor stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks vapor stick and try Vapo Shower
Not
for
a yada
steam
yada means
Vicks
wireless
vapors.
without the gotcha. No contracts, no price hikes, no surprises.
Get an NFL
Only
Sunday
at
ticket
Metro.
from YouTube TV on us. A $449 value.
Vicks
Plus, get a free
vapor stick
Samsung Galaxy
provides
Z Flip 5
soothing,
only on Verizon.
non-medicated Vicks vapors.
These cheesy buffers so
Easy to
cheesy,
apply
airy, and
for
fuzzy.
the whole family. Vicks vapor stick and try Vapo Shower for steam Vicks vapors.
Hi, I keep my home fresh with Febreze Fade to Fight Plus. And I use this. Febreze has a microchip to digitally control how much scent is released so it doesn't fade. Does mine have a microchip? Febreze smells first day fresh for 50 days. That's a shockingly long time. Febreze also has a refill reminder light. It reminds you to refill it? Even so, I never miss a day of freshness.
80% less water than hand washing, saving up to
Your home is so
$130
fresh.
a year on utilities.
Upgrade to
And
Febreze
Cascade Platinum Plus, you just scrape, both done. So next time you're waiting to run,
1 liter mouthwash bottle fits in the palm
dare
of your
to
hand.
dish different.
Add water, control the
Dorian O'Kay in studio, A&M extending their lead over Miami down in South Florida. Amari Daniels into the end zone. David Mace, Eastern Kentucky just took a 10-7 lead on Big Blue in the third.
all your own.
Good news, bad news up there. That's a 6-inch penalty. We'll see them again next week.
New mouthwash concentration. Scope Squeeze.
But here, really, the story in this building is Kent State's ability to maintain the football. I mean, the time
You're
of possession
watching
is
the American
incredible.
Conference on
18 over
ESPN.
18 minutes so far for Kent State.
Marshall finally
And
strikes
only
first.
14 yards of offense right now for Arkansas.
You look at Kent State, they've been able to control the line of scrimmage. That's something that we didn't necessarily think would happen. Now, granted, Arkansas has been able to hold up, so 2 field goals.
Out of the Sun Belt.
Traffic all around him, and he has to throw it away.
This kick.
Terrific.
Taney will take a knee out to the 25-yard line. Boy, got to wake him up here in Arkansas right now. We got ourselves a ball game, 7-6. Back in a moment.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Kirby Smart's beat him once. I think Jimbo Fisher's beat him once, but that's it. Steve Sarkisian trying to add his name to that list.
Kirby's got a couple back-to-back national championships, so
Is this your plan to watch the game today? Yeah, I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket. It's not your best plan. Do you know what it is? My plan from Verizon. Switch now and they'll give you NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on them.
Bounces that one incomplete. He is 1 of 6, only 5 yards through the air. Last week they switched between 2 quarterbacks. Today it was okay. Mason Garcia is going to start and continue. That's what Mike Houston, head coach of ECU, told us. You think about going to Alex Flynn?
Well, right now he's had a couple drops. Outstanding coverage in the secondary by Marshall, but one of his receivers needs to step up and make a big-time play for him to help him out, to get him going.
3rd and 10. Marshall sends 4. Garcia finds Hatfield, but a yard, maybe 2, and they needed 10. Josh Moten, the transfer from Texas A&M, all over it on the stop.
And if you're defensive coordinator Jason Seymour, you'll take that all day long. Little underneath pass, little crossing route at 1 yard depth. Just come up and make that tackle on 3rd and long. And right now, this ECU offense just kind of inept, right? Got to get something going. Feel the tide turning in this one in Marshall's favor. Long way to go, though.
Ishmael Ibrahim awaiting the punt. Lets it bounce. It'll stop there right at the 30-yard line, where Marshall will take over. When we come back, we'll tell you why ECU and Marshall have the strongest bond in college football.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Hellman's Vegan. Every dollop has that rich, creamy taste to make anything unbelievably delicious. Irresistible. And it's plant-based. Hellman's Vegan.
180! 180!
Hello, Patrick Mahomes.
Who do you even play for?
T-Mobile. T-Mobile has plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
That's good play calling.
Cheers.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
So I didn't think I needed Swiffer until I saw how easily it picked up my hair every time I dried it. It only takes a minute. Look at that. The heavy-duty cloths are extra thick for amazing trap and lock, even for his hair. Wow. And for dust, I love my heavy-duty duster. The fluffy fibers trap dust on contact. Up high and all around without having to lift a thing. I'm so hooked. Swiffer, so wow, so worth it.
With Scope Squeeze, a 1-liter mouthwash bottle fits in the palm of your hand. Add water, control the squeeze, control the strength. Squeeze twice or even 3 times. And find a zone all your own. New mouthwash concentrate. Scope Squeeze.
We've never been good at keeping secrets, like how Sonic's new Bacon Peppercorn Ranch Grilled Cheeseburger with small fries or tots is just $3.99. Oops.
Together, but it's still an offensive
Sonic
line
Bacon
that's
Peppercorn
trying to
Ranch
find
Grilled
its way.
Cheeseburger deal for $3.99.
Well, they're young on the edges, and I think after week one, sitting there talking to Coach Pittman, he talked about the...
Earlier today, players from the 1970 Pirate team paid tribute to the team that lost their lives just hours after battling it out on the gridiron, as well as Red Dawson, who was the defensive coordinator for that team, but went on a recruiting trip. Instead of getting on the plane that day, he was instrumental in keeping the Marshall football program alive after the tragedy. Fancher taking a shot, incomplete. You know, many people have seen the 2000. Lived it. So have these
right on the spot, and a great job by Tusnell being able to go down and dig it out. What a catch.
This relationship means a lot to us.
First and goal for the Hawks. A.J. Green cuts it back to the 5-yard line. Brought down there by Matt Harmon.
When you look at the action in the run game, they now have some momentum. A quick strike. They started with the run. They started that series with the run. They came back to a pass. Now back to the run. Razorbacks are moving the ball.
He's one of their best
First 3 drives for Arkansas, 12 plays, 14 yards. This drive, 5 plays and 70 yards.
1 mile from where the plane crashed.
Second and goal from the 5. Couple of tight ends.
I grew up listening to stories about it. It means so much.
They'll run it with Green again, straight up the middle. Powers his way toward the goal line. Did he get in?
Great block on the play by Isaac.
It's really a special
And
bond.
Syracuse actually kind of slowing things down a little bit, kind of
Fancher.
the 4-minute offense.
Nobody was there. He faked it to nobody, but used his legs. The improvisation from Cam Fancher and tack on another 15 because he was well out of bounds after the contact came in. Dontavius Nash. Big play there.
Well, and Omar Rogers, 39, the safety, just a stupid penalty, pushes him out of bounds. He's going to add 15 on there. You had him, but Fancher shows you his athleticism as he bounces at the outside, picks up the first down.
27 laid it out of bounds. 15-yard penalty.
And that's my fault. I thought it was Omar Rogers, 39 at first look, but Dontavius Nash, 27. Is going to get called for the penalty.
Yeah, I watched it.
And you see 39 staying in.
Incredibly impressive.
Sorry,
all good.
Mrs. and Mr. Rogers. Didn't mean to give the penalty to your son.
So Marshall back into ECU territory, 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Fancher surveys, floats one. Incomplete.
And Ra Dilworth, the Sam backer, just turned and ran. Tried to get to the receiver, did a good job. Ends up breaking that up. You know, when people say face guarding, there is no face guarding in college football or pro football for that matter. It's kind of a bugger.
3rd and goal on the 9th play of the drive.
Unless you contact
Well,
the
and there was
receiver.
no contact.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Leary took the contact. We've got a flag down. Right now we got Robinson with his 2nd touchdown.
Play action. Fancher rolls, throws. That's caught.
Off your camera.
DeMarcus
Leary
Harris,
picks
his
himself
first catch of the
up
day,
off
the
turf.
transfer from
The flag was in
Kentucky.
the end zone.
And 5 catches in his Marshall debut a week ago.
and this is a tough throw by Fancher. Left-hander rolling to his right, slings it out there. Harris comes back, makes a nice catch, and he's right at the sticks, and they gave him the first
Face
down.
mask on the defense.
Play blown dead.
Kentucky.
Start.
What a play by Devin Leary. Guys, it's a lot going on this play. And it's a whole 11 play. If you're a Kentucky fan to get excited about, at least the Kentucky came with the zero blitz.
said it was going to be the offense that gets going first that'll have a huge advantage. It's been Marshall.
It has been. So we talked about how choppy that first period was. Marshall has gotten into a rhythm to get that touchdown and
delivered the blow.
A false start like that is so backbreaking when you finally have momentum, some wind in your sails.
With its first penalty of the game.
Just drive coaches nuts.
5 minutes, 47 seconds left in the third quarter. We've got a whistle.
First and 15 after the false start. Fancher, clean pocket, but nobody open, and down he goes. Had plenty of time.
Kentucky.
There's another flag that flies in.
0 points. The last 2 drives, 14 points. Something's working.
Yeah, something is
it's in the area of defensive holding. I was going to say that's the proverbial coverage sack there, but it may be because the receiver was being held.
He needs some help from his receivers to be able to make some big-time catches too as well. And they have that type of talent. But more than anything,
no, you're right.
Not having the self-inflicted wounds to be
automatic
able to
first down because of an ECU penalty.
Being taken back 15 yards, so they did very well on this drive.
Take a look at the middle of the screen where the
extra point is good.
Don't see it there, but too many penalties, too many errors.
So there's Devin Leary.
6 penalties, 62 yards. This one
the storm
almost led to a touchdown. Great grab.
Awfully calm there.
To Lee Keaton.
Wildcats
all
lead.
out to haul that one in. And a first and goal here for Marshall.
That's the way to go get it. To Lee
For most of us, there are no guarantees.
Stretch out, make that catch.
No
It's
golden
first and
tickets.
goal. Thunder
No
Herd
easy
once
roads.
again.
But at the University of Kentucky, there is a
Fancher
prize
kept it.
to support and
But
inspire
lost his footing.
to reach for
Stopped
what's
short
possible, to
of the
lead
end
and
zone.
create,
Marked
to
down to
heal
the
and
3-yard
discover,
line.
as we help solve the world's toughest challenges, transforming lives and improving communities. At the University of Kentucky, we promise to make it
Gotta hold
possible.
them to 3 because the momentum has flipped in this game. It's all Marshall right now.
Can't sleep.
Gotta think the Thundering Herd
Just a lot on my mind.
return to their top running back.
I can't sleep either.
Rasheen
It
Ali,
only
he
gets
is the
tougher
lone
with age.
touchdown today. 22 and
Well,
white.
knowing Progressive can protect your home, auto, and business should help
Gets
you
the
relax.
carry,
Yeah,
no
I could
room to
use a good
run,
night's sleep.
swallowed up and driven back. Jason Schufer got there
Why
first
would
for the
Jamie be in
Pirates.
my dream? I am America's biggest spokesperson.
Debatable.
I said biggest.
We saw earlier
No,
from
he's got
ECU.
it.
Shuford is a good run stopper because he gets low, he gets push, and you see the backers come off the edge as well.
Third and goal. Fancher goes under center. Timeout taken by Charles, Huff, and Marshall. The only other time Fancher went under center today, he fumbled the football. So maybe Charles Huff saw that and said, let's talk things over ahead of this third and goal.
This is not just a shot.
Hey, Jamie. So, what am I up to?
This
Just
is
visiting a
wellness
special
made
secret
easy.
client. I can't say who it is, but let's just
For
say
those
she
who've
bundled
got
her
plans.
dream house and her dream
Get your
car
flu
for
shot and
around-the-clock
other
protection with
vaccines
Progressive.
in one trip.
You guys
Schedule
know their
online
house
today.
in Malibu? She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her
Nine
house.
I'd love to
plays,
tell you who her
72
boyfriend is, but I
yards.
don't think I can.
And a sign of life.
I'd love to tell you, but I don't
Robinson
think I
with the
can.
touchdown.
Marty,
Kentucky
in theaters now.
in control for now to Keo Spikes. What have you seen for them that has enabled them to come back?
Well, just being able to convert, not necessarily on third down, which that was a big goal of theirs, but really just converting on third down, 3 first downs that entire drive, which allowed them, they ran the ball 3 times as well for 30 yards. But the bottom line is this: in order for Kentucky to be the team that they need to be,
I used to wait
finish
to
out
run my
this game
dishwasher
and
till it
win,
was super
you
full.
gotta run the ball.
Now,
And that is something
I
that they
dish
haven't
differently.
been able
I
to
run
do.
it daily.
Only 13
Weekdays.
carries for 54 yards.
Weekends.
While conversely, when you look at Eastern
Sometimes after a big
Kentucky,
snack.
they have 19
You might think
carries
that's
for
wasteful.
82 yards.
But it's not.
Well, one of
Because
the big
even half
rushing
loads use
plays we
80%
talked
less water
about
than
was
hand washing,
Barry and
saving
Brown
up to
and
$130 a year on
26
utilities.
So there
And
you
with
see it.
Cascade Platinum
Last
Plus,
6
you just
drives,
straight load it up.
100 yards.
So next time you're waiting
first
to run
6
it,
drives, 100 yards, 0 points.
Dare to
Last 2
dish
drives,
differently.
they got 14 points.
That
And now
purifying, clean
defensively,
feeling from a dental tool?
What's important for Kentucky?
Now at home.
They pretty much got the
With
ball
Oral
ran
B.
down their throat.
Because Round
humiliated.
cleans
Let's
better
see how they respond
by surrounding
on this
each
drive.
tooth for 100% cleaner teeth and healthier gums. It's a brush so advanced, it knows just what it takes to give you a purifying, clean feeling like you just left the dentist.
And is brought down.
Oral-B, brush like a pro.
Makes the play along with Silver.
Robinson got a lot of great pressure up front. Keyshawn Silver, though, for me, just looking at his tape, even from last week, he's a guy who could, if you put him on any other team, legitimately, he's a starter. So that goes to show you how much depth they have at the defensive line, quality.
Carter cuts back, seeking daylight, falls forward across the 30-yard line. Will bring up third down.
Coming up later today, week 2 of the college football season continues on ESPN, plus 2 teams that are looking to bounce back after disappointing losses week 1, LSU and TCU.
To put him in third and make it from situations to where third down is not third and
goal. Big opportunity for Charles Hoffman, the Marshall
the record books.
Trying to double their lead on the road against ECU.
Backs against the wall.
Rasheen Ali got the ball, didn't get to the end zone. He is stuffed. This ECU rush defense has been terrific all afternoon. That's their biggest stop of the day.
13-yard gain. Would be a third down. Excuse me, first down. Let's find out exactly what's going on as we get to referee Ken Williams.
They're big back. They stop him at the 2, and Tegan will come up in support to make that tackle.
This is unacceptable.
Cameron Lake out there to attempt the field goal. He missed from 33 earlier today.
Jumping
Didn't make the extra
This is third down. You can't do that. You run over the ball. You have to be able to see the ball. But then even on the top side of the coverage, they ran man coverage. Didn't even through to see who was playing outside leverage or inside leverage.
That's a win for the ECU defense. Getting out of the end zone, 10-0. Doesn't look great, but it looks a lot better than 14.
The defense has done their part. It's the offense that needs to get going here midway through the second quarter. Let's take a look at our Fansville College Football Update brought to you by Dr. Pepper and the story of the season. Early in the season, and maybe throughout the season, if they keep playing like this, Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders, and Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, he's already exceeded expectations. It's funny saying that after 2 games, but 2-0. Not just that, they look great.
Just like offensive coordinator.
Game today, but I'm assuming they look great. Even the rest at 36-14.
His turn came with the Indianapolis Colts.
A story that is kind of taking college football by storm.
This Wildcat defense looking to make a big play here on 2nd and 10.
Out today. Green Wave.
Another straight drop for the
Green Wave.
Another laser. This time Johnson couldn't hang on.
Top 25 matchup over on ESPN2 and Tulane up a touchdown at halftime. That would be great for the American ECU fellow member of the American Conference. And Tulane could beat Ole Miss.
And I'm sure Kai Horton, the backup, got to start. He has some experience. He's an experienced quarterback, so
he doesn't get rattled easily.
Like you're not missing a beat to this point.
Okay, so what can ECU do to wake up offensively? We're almost 6 quarters through this season. They've yet to score.
First thing, you've got to get 5 yards on
third down. So
have to stay ahead of the chains. How many times today they've been 2nd and 10, 2nd and 12? You got to get something positive here. And then you need a little bit
directs traffic.
16 yards is the longest play you had in this first half.
Intercepted by Zion Childress as he ran out of time.
This entire half. Garcia trying to beat that on this throw, decides to run it again. He finds a hole, still scampering, breaks 2 tackles into Marshall territory, makes another man miss. Mason Garcia stumbles all the way inside the red zone. What a run! 58 yards.
So he got the 5 plus the chunk play on first down. So there you go, even better if you're an ECU fan. That's the kind of play I think will get Mason Garcia going, give him a little confidence.
Robinson back deep.
That's a 250-pound quarterback lumbering down the field right there.
Takes the hop at the 15. We'll step aside after a 42-yard punt.
Inside the red
Devin
zone for the
Leary
first
looking
time
to capitalize on the touchdown.
No gain there for Javius Bond, the freshman.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Pretty elusive.
No, he is. He's very athletic.
I would run him again if so long as he's caught his breath. High snap, did well to bring it down, but easy wrap up for Marshall.
This is vaccines made easy for those who've got plans.
One of the best defenders in the Sun Belt. First team all Sun Belt a year ago.
Didn't even have to look at my board for that. I mean, Porter from that right defensive end spot reads it and reacts perfectly.
Hello, Patrick Mahomes.
It's the bond for the TFL.
And after a 50-yard run to go into the red zone, now you back yourself out of it, and it's a third and long.
Exactly with a 3-year device contract.
First down.
Another team. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, man. Now if I do the thing.
Do the same.
Excellent. Here's Garcia.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans.
Incomplete. Total miscommunication.
You don't know what
with the tight end, Shane Calhoun.
Victor, why are you still living with odors? Get back
ECU will have to
and
settle for
freshen
a field goal
instantly with
attempt.
new Febreze Air Mist. That's right, Febreze now has a new fire that floats in the air longer and quickly fills the room to fight even your toughest odors.
You know, you see
Leftover
this
fried fish
early in
bun?
the season, but you don't like to see this miscommunication.
Gaming teen odors? Instant freshness. Spray new Febreze Air Mist to keep your home smelling fresh and clean.
Kept this one from 39.
Looks like it's prime time on.
A week ago at the big house against number
Press
2
reality
Michigan.
checker.
This one
Trying to
sails
film on
right
the
through.
tea. It's actually the buildup of toxic bacteria
ECU
which
is
can
on
cause
the board,
cavities
still
and
looking for their
runs. Your
first touchdown of the
toothpaste
season.
just isn't cutting it.
But they're
Most
back
toothpaste
within
quit working
7.
in minutes, but the
Natalie against
antibacterial
Marshall.
fluoride in Crest Pro Health protects for up to 12 hours.
So I can stop cavities before they start.
Can I get a latte?
The number one
Working within
toothpaste
the
brand in
church
America.
for racial
Crest.
unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on
Introducing
this
the
earth
all-new
to do.
2024
But
Chevy
it's
Trax.
difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member
Helps you stay
Network, we
connected.
were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
And charged. The all-new Chevy Trax,
Hi,
starting
I
at
keep my home fresh with
$21,495.
Febreze
The
Fade to Fight
possibilities
Plus. And
are
I use
endless.
this. Febreze has a microchip to digitally control how much scent is released so it doesn't fade.
Wildcats lead.
Does
You
mine
think
have a
this game
microchip?
means something to these two
Febreze smells
opponents?
first day fresh for
Let's show
50
you,
days.
Tequila Spikes.
That's a shockingly long time.
Febreze also has a refill reminder light.
It even reminds you to refill it.
So I never miss a day of freshness.
Your home is so fresh.
Upgrade to Febreze Plug.
Big smile from Walt Wells. Zion Childress meant business.
Wait, who do
Devin
you even
Leary
play
back
for?
on the field.
T-Mobile, and I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals that sack you with a 3-year device contract.
You know, you said
Another T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, man. Now if I do the thing.
Do the same.
Excellent.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
Let's have a huddle.
So
You don't know what huddle is, do you?
No.
For over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make. Cutting crusts, not corners. Because your little ones always deserve the best. Ring the bell. The deli is open. Boar's Head. Compromise us.
It's a foot race. Finally
It's
catching
really
up to him all
important
the way
that
down
we
the
take care of
field
ourselves
is
and our
Evans, but
sake
not
and the
before
sake of
a
our family.
huge gain.
Balance in
56
nature
yards.
gives me what I
There is a
need to
flag
make
down.
up for what's lacking in my diet. Taking balance in nature, I just feel better. I'm counting on balance in nature to help keep me healthy and active for a long time to come.
Start your journey to better health today. Go to balanceofnature.com to get your special offer and order as a meal preferred customer.
Liam Cohen is like, I need to get the ball to the guy who's been
ECU
giving
on the
me
board
results.
thanks to a field goal in this
Robinson.
season for every field goal.
It's not a handoff. It counts as a pass. It's just kind of touch, flicked it to him.
University's general scholarship.
But look at the horsepower tackle in the back.
in the first
Good
half
call
against
by the
Western
ref.
Michigan, and they
Definitely don't want that a part of the game. Tavion is so fast.
Western Michigan at the 20. Flags fly after the tackle. 1 and answer, and Dino Babers will join us here in just a moment
fired up
as he heads to the locker room.
McLean.
Ball club.
Jackson. Standing up at the point of attack. The 2-year starter.
Aaron Schrader throws for
inside their own 10.
and a touchdown.
Been able to get on penalties.
31 yards.
You think this is a week where
What do they always say? From week 2, it's your biggest
played in this first half.
You know, offensive line better with mistakes and issues.
I think both head coaches
doesn't
could
seem
not
that
have the amount of penalties and
miscues.
costly errors on the offensive side of the ball that has kept this game low scoring so far.
Heavily on your quarterback Schrader. How impressive have you been?
Wide open. 13-yard touchdown for Brown.
He needs to stop doing so much. That guy is such a competitor. He goes out there and he plays hard every single snap.
Almost intercepted, batted down at the line of scrimmage. Teagan will.
They go when they get big. Does a nice job timing that up. Fancher goes up, knocks away. Fancher had a receiver one-on-one with an inside post. If Wilk doesn't knock that down, he may catch that and get out the shoot.
Wilk's kicking himself, though. He thought that could have been time. Intercepted. Instead, 2nd and 10 for the Marshall offense.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
What a swing this is for the Pirates.
Just great penetration. No one blocks. Chance Stevens, number 3, the defensive end.
We
He
live our
crashes down. Big time collision right at the point between Fancher and Ali. Runs up in the air and Jeremy Lewis jumps out. Huge takeaway for the Pirates.
Conversation.
You need news to breathe
About the offensive miscues, and there's another one. Fancher pulled it out way too late.
That one, though, because of defense. Stevens makes that play. You can't really blame Fancher. That's a great defensive play. Gets to the mesh point, blows it up, and a huge takeaway for the Pirates.
This is the type of offense
Upside down at the end of the second quarter. Can ECU cash in? Harris stopped short.
Who says you can get everything you need? Like going for goals without
Josh Harris wants the ball again.
and staying true to your taste?
Let's do it again. And I think give it to him. Tell your offensive line, led by Dustin Hall, 6'5" to center. Let's get some push. Let's give it to our big back.
With the brands you want,
Garcia,
price is
with
reasonable.
5'2", 252.
Whenever
He's
you
capable of
He's not bad.
TJ Owens, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
60 pounds
How
there.
white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue
come
test.
in and try to do some of the same things. They
Still
had
yellow.
success as far as
Obviously,
driving
whitening
the ball.
toothpaste can only do so much. That's because there's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D White Strips white. Whitening toothpaste only works on the surface, but Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface, whitening like a $400 professional treatment. So much whiter. The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. Crest.
Going to get to the mesh
And
point,
try
knock it up
Crest
in the air,
whitening
and Jeremy
emulsions for
Lewis,
daily
number
whitening
11.
with virtually no
Good
sensitivity.
hands to jump on that
For
ball.
over 115 years, parents have turned to Boar's Head to craft exceptional lunches. With the flavors your kids love and the uncompromising quality you expect. At Boar's Head, we put extra care into everything we make, cutting in crusts, not corn. Because your little ones always deserve the best. Ring the bells. The deli is open. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Really start to panic.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like, somebody's poking directly into it. I recommend Sensodyne. Sensodyne goes inside the tooth and calms the nerve down. And the patient's saying, doc, it really works.
Doesn't find one. Marshall all over Harris again. Eli Neal shot right through.
And that's just being impatient. Okay? Doesn't stay play side with it. He bounces it. Gotta stay play side. Stay play side. He had a he had Garcia in front of him. Instead, he bounced it. He got no backside. Stay play side for that.
You called Parker McKinney a lifeline for this team.
Garcia goes under center. Takes the snap, play action, rolls right. Wide open for an ECU touchdown.
Who shakes and bakes?
Shane Calhoun.
Big time hit by Phillips, but a big gain. 39 yards for the Colonels.
Great call, play action. The big tight end, Shane Calhoun, slides to the back of the end zone. His first catch of the season. He goes for a touchdown.
Pirates cash in on a costly fumble inside the 10-yard line. Find their first touchdown of the season.
Good throw by Macy Garcia. Something he needs to see. Good play call by Dyson Patrick.
Getting it to his open receiver, which was running the play.
Took 3 plays to get those 3 yards, but it counts all the same. And now this game is tied at 10.
Steps out of the pocket. He throws well on the run. Tennessee
ECU right back in
run out of bounds by Jackson.
We talked about it in the beginning how much evenly matched these teams were. Even though they were quite this evenly matched, but it's a tight ball game.
Hey, we got a ball
The
game.
offensive struggles we've seen for this offense.
21 to 10. We're coming back with the final frame. So far, this one has not disappointed. Wildcats lead.
You know that feeling of having to rewatch dishes that didn't get cleaned? Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently. Scrub, soap, no. I just scrape, load, and I'm done.
Only Platinum Plus is bigger. Double the Dawn grease fight power and double the scrubbing power for a no rewash clean and a cabinet-ready shine.
You can't replace guys like this in one season. You
Not
gotta
in my
have guys
house.
step up that are on the
Upgrade to
roster
Cascade Platinum
and build
Plus.
up to
Dare
it.
to dish
They got
differently.
ways to go offensively to find their identity.
Working within the church
Get the
for
takeaway,
racial unity is
getting
one of
that
the most
touchdown pass from
significant
Garcia
things
to
that I was
Shane
put on
Calhoun
this
to go
earth
a
to
long
do.
way.
But it's
Starting to
difficult
find that
for a
identity.
nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Fired up, they have all the momentum.
The way they move the pocket to allow him to see the field clearly.
I just wondering why no fair catch, you know? Take it out at the 25. They've run a couple out. Good coverage by the Pirates.
T-Mobile. T-Mobile has plans that make upgrades work for you. Plan which makes you upgrade ready every day.
That's good play calling.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plan at T-Mobile.
Long stretches of this first half, ECU has looked lost. But now, all the momentum. 10 straight points. Defensive turnover
The
inside
construction
the
field
5
looks hard at the end of the day. It's
Now the
physical.
defense is
But
back
also
out
my
there.
customers say, I don't see how you can do this stuff anymore. When I say I'll take Dallas and Nation, gives it that extra little jolt. At 72, most people don't have that much energy. Dallas and Nation gives me the energy to do what I gotta do. Otherwise I wouldn't be taken.
That's an excellent throw by
Start your
Fairshire.
journey to better health
Conley had an excellent game last week. 7 receptions for 79 yards. That time I think he's just thinking about running before he secures it.
As soon as it happened, I looked at
Scared of a little blood? Dr. Garcia? Whoa! Crest Reality Checkup. Bleeding gums are serious, Jake. None of the brushing too hard.
Right back to Conley. This time he secures it for the first down and more.
Check this out. Unlike other toothpaste, Crest Gum detoxifies antibacterial fluoride works below the gum line to help heal gums and stop bleeding. This is the
Puts it on the big
You're
tight
right
end.
here. The #1 toothpaste brand in America, Crest. What would you do with more? At Olive Garden, more is baked into our DNA. And our lasagna. It's why our never-ending fresh sauce keeps on coming. It's why you can get 3 favorites on one plate. And why we make all our sauces from scratch every single day. Because when you have more, you have more to share, more to bond over. And that's a pretty special thing with family.
of ECU.
He made some
Have
plays in that
timeout.
game.
The clock
Whether
will
it was
stop.
actually tackling or the running,
Ball is
but he also
spotted
got
on
his hand on the
first
football.
down.
The theme of the game for Kentucky defense, get off the field on third down, keep away number 20. He was getting on the back. The back man ran straight up off the McKinney spot. Great job by him allowing his back to get over and extend
Blake
the
Harrell, the defensive coordinator for ECU, you can't be too happy. You've seen three receivers the last two plays get wide open for Marshall. The two were dropped.
Makes the play close to the first down marker. It looks as though it'll move the
Marshall
chains.
4 of 8 on third down this afternoon.
Another first down.
They were a putrid 1 of 10 in the opener a week ago.
Outside
Can
of the
they convert
interception
here?
that he's thrown,
Keep the drive
he's
alive.
pretty much played a clean game.
To
And,
lead
you know, quarterbacks get knocked on
And
during the
the line
game,
between
man.
Geary
I told you,
Nobody open,
he's
has to
done a
throw it
great job
away.
of managing the game and making sure he plays within the scheme.
I like play golf like that, Trick. You roll Fancher out, but good coverage underneath by ECU. And once there was that coverage, Taylor Jackson, number 6, the running back, is great speed and athleticism. He flies to Fancher.
Way to finish
Saw
the
him to
play.
throw that ball. Throw it away.
John McConnell
That's now 2 times
away from Marshall.
Deion Walker has jumped offside.
Side Hatfield waits for it, steps up, calls for the fair catch.
Working within the
Just shy
church
of
for
30.
racial unity is one of the most
Hey, I know you wanna
significant
get
things
that
that I
big
was
fella.
doing to do.
Wonder how
But it's
aggressive
difficult
But it's
for a
want your offense to
nonprofit
be.
to have the
Wait for that
impact that
question.
you
I
want
just think
when you're
with one
spending a
timeout,
lot of your time trying to
got back
figure
in
out
this game,
ways
right? You were down 10-0.
with the help
More times
of the
than not,
private member
mistakes
networks,
happen
we
when
are
you try
able
to
to
rush
expand
it.
our
I
organization's
say
reach
something
beyond
high
my
percentage, a
wildest
little
dreams.
underneath
Nice
handoff.
job by
If he
Andrew
breaks it,
Phillips,
15,
the
20
corner
yards,
being
then
able
you
to
go.
finish that play.
Looking for a smarter way to
Remember,
mosh?
NFL Sunday,
Introducing the new
first
Swiffer
one
Pulse.
tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You want to
All-in-one
start it with
cleaning tool
Sunday NFL
that gives you a mop and bucket clean
Johnny
in
Mack,
half the
John
time.
McEnroe sitting down with
Our
Aaron
new cleaning
Rodgers.
pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips
Finishing
that absorb
tomorrow.
dirt away.
And if you're
Here's
Kentucky
Garcia
defensively,
scrambling
Collaborative
again. He has
63
really been
You're
effective.
Those places a
Through
regular
the ground
mob
game
just
to stop the clock.
you can
Because
clean
it's
that
first down.
faster than ever.
And because he got the 10, then you go. Now you try to press it. Now you try to get in
With
field
the new
goal.
Swiffer Pulse.
2 of 2 in the red
Businesses
zone.
need 5G
Eastern
solutions
Kentucky so far.
That's why we try
Like
one
Houston
so
Garcia.
MLB partners with T-Mobile to not only enhance the fan experience,
on the end
but to
around,
make
takes it
how
back
the
up
game
the
is
field.
played. AAA relies on T-Mobile network to stay connected nationwide so they can help get their members
same
back
play
on
that
the
Liam
road.
Cohen ran.
And we're helping
Deion
Tahoe AI
Walker.
innovate to stop the spread of wildfire. Now's the time to see what a great smart 5G network can do for your business.
Multiple tackles, a little bit offset to wide receivers.
So here we go. 3rd and 1. Pistol formation for Parker McKinney.
Garcia,
How
92
good does
yards
it feel
rushing,
when
only
Threshold
8
Decor
passing.
welcomes more seasonal style
Go to
for less?
Carter.
When you can save on good
Over
weather
the opening
essentials
snap.
and all the fall
Garcia
flavors.
extends the
And when
play as long
quality
as he
ingredients
could.
bring more to the table.
Incomplete.
When you get low prices on
dart
the
for
latest trends.
Ran out
When
of rounds
rewards
to
come with
get
quality
And so I'm watching the receivers on the back end. When your quarterback scrambles,
and when
it's
you're
called
serving the
scramble.
taste they
You have to
love
break
at
your
low
route.
prices,
If he goes to the right and you're long, you got to come
That's
short.
totally
If
targeted.
you're short, you got to go long. And if you're on the other side of the field, you got to come across.
now
You have to get
defensively,
some separation and
you
give
have
him
your
somewhere to
backs
throw the
against
ball.
the
There was
The
no
pressure starts to build.
that time.
You don't want to
give
make
that
a
Marshall
mistake.
secondary
So
credit.
now it's easy to start pressing.
But you got to try to break loose when your quarterback's scrambling.
with us on this Saturday afternoon.
Weaver looks like he's coming
They were
to the
down
bottom of the
7-0.
screen. He
Syracuse
is.
was.
But McKinney drops it off for slow. 9-yard touchdown.
Garrett
Schrader
Schrader
has-
throws.
Garrett
It's
Schrader
caught for
took
the
over
first
this
down into Marshall territory.
All of his receivers.
ECU does have that one timeout.
By Brown,
Clock stops temporarily at 17 seconds.
Parker
Went right
McKinney.
back to
The other thing
Johnson
that
this
has
time.
happened
He
is the
delivered.
penalties for Western
I said it
Michigan really
earlier.
killing them. 8
He
penalties
doesn't get
for
rattled. He
94
keeps his
yards.
Down to
poise.
10, right back to Johnson. Incomplete. Couldn't
His back
pass it.
slips out of the backfield. Number 21, Braden Sloan.
That just kills you.
So now with 7 seconds, you got that time. You can use the entire field. So
Let's take a look at
if
some
you
of
get a
Garrett
catch in
Schrader
the middle,
in the first half because
you
he
gotta give
absolutely
yourself
put
up.
on
You
a
gotta go
show. He
down.
started out
Clock will stop.
making
because of that
plays
first down
with his
4
leg.
that time on
Great
Schrader.
job of evading pressure, getting
He feels
outside the
open. He's
pocket.
got to know you.
Probably not the him.
Yourself
It'll
up.
be
Had all
favors us
kinds
to
of power
see
five
him
offers.
take take. And then
Stuck
you got to
with
go
this
like
whole
it
time
through
team.
the air.
And right now, they're sticking with the
pass yards
Wildcats.
in the first half. And
got 6
he used a bunch of different
seconds.
receivers.
Yeah, he used a bunch of receivers.
Garcia's hung on to it. This time way too long.
You see his guys fight
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was doing. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thriving Member Network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Schrader's numbers.
Let's get you
But there was like a touchdown thief
after
in the
break.
first half
We'll be
for
joined by
Syracuse as well.
Matt
Schrader
Berry,
put up
Sam
these massive
Lazo.
numbers.
Catch you up on week 2.
But Quinn Allen carries it 8 times for 21 yards with 3 touchdowns in the first half. 45-7. Syracuse leading it over Western Michigan at the break.
Yeah, with Metro, there's no contracts, no price hikes, no surprises. There's no yada yada. Wait, Metro has not the contract yada yada?
Febreze gives you consistent freshness that starts just right and stays just right. For 40 days, upgrade to Febreze Carb.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact
no price hikes, no surprises.
a lot of your
Only at
time
Metro.
trying to figure out fundraising.
Your bathroom needs Febreze
With the
small
help
spaces.
of the
The
Thriving
always on
Member
over-fighting air
Network, we were able
freshener
to
you set
expand our
and forget.
organization's
No
reach
outlet
beyond my
tubes, no
wildest
batteries
dreams.
needed, no effort required. So your bathroom stays continuously fresh for 45 days. That's the power of Febreze small spaces.
It's electric, it's gas.
Quite the paradox.
It really is both. The first ever Lexus RX plug-in
Kellogg's
hybrid.
Rice Krispies treats. Connect on a sweeter level. How good does it feel
Businesses
when Threshold
need 5G
Decor welcomes more
solutions today.
seasonal style
That's why they
for
choose
less? When you can
T-Mobile
save
for
on
business.
good and gather groceries
MLB partners
all
with
fall
T-Mobile to not
flavors.
only enhance the fan
And
experience,
quality
but to
ingredients
advance how the game is played.
When you get low
AAA relies
prices
on
on the
T-Mobile's
latest
network to
trends.
stay connected
When rewards
nationwide
come
so
with
they can help
quality
get their members
and
back on the road. And we're helping
And
Kano
when you're
AI
serving up
innovate
taste
the
they
stuff
love
the
at low
spread of
prices,
wildfire. Now's the time to see what America's largest
totally
5G
targeted.
network can do for your business.
Yo, forgot to try to do that. Touchdown drive. 9 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 43 seconds. And my man Sloan right there, he set a belt a little bit ago. He's walking around with the championship belt. 7 carries, 48 yards. And I'm at the reception. 3 for 40.
I'll even give you another nugget about Braden Sloan. He's the only player in Division I ball with at least 400 yards rushing,
How
receiving,
good does
and
it
also
feel when
kick
Threshold
returning
Decor
from a year
welcomes
ago.
more seasonal style for less?
This guy
When
is
you
a
can
threat
save on good and gather
coming in here into
groceries and
Wildcat
all
Stadium.
the fall flavors.
And here is another
And when
threat.
quality ingredients bring more
Somehow
to the
getting into the
table.
football and the
When you
kickoff
get low
return is
prices
Barry
on the
Brown.
latest trends.
Going
When
back to the
rewards come with
touchdown.
quality
Look, Kentucky's
and
coming with a
cozy.
zero blitz.
And when you're serving up taste they
Alex
love
Safari
at low
looks as if
prices,
it was miscommunication trying to figure out who was
That's
going
totally
to cover who
targeted.
if the back came out. And if you don't cover him, Braden Sloan will hold
Are
the
you
belt
missing
and
your
say,
favorite
I am
sports?
him.
It's a
I
huge
am the
weekend on
champ.
ESPN with college football, U.S. Open tennis, and Monday Night Football.
Yeah, you saw
Get
the
back in
bell.
the game with ESPN on
And
Hulu
let's
Plus
see
Live TV.
if the Colonels can come back.
Get
Still
Hulu Plus
trailing
Live
by
TV for
4 points.
$49.99 per month for 3 months.
The Devin
And take
Leary
control
have
of
what
how
it
you
takes
watch.
to
Good morning, America. With over
Boys
90 live channels, never miss a second of your favorite live sports and shows. Get this
Drake
limited time
Davis.
deal now. Go to
Trying to saw away a
hulu.com/live-tv.
victory. Across the 40. 7-yard
Derek
gain.
Schrader out getting ready for the start of the second half between Syracuse and Western Michigan.
I think it's
Syracuse looking
imperative
for a 2-0
if you're
start
Kentucky now,
to the
it's not so
season.
much
Some of the
sitting
numbers
on the
from
clock,
first half of
but
action
when you
here
get
in the dome. You
opportunities
see
to run
on the
football,
ground
your offensive line,
+5
the big
there,
blue
but the big
wall,
difference
they have to
is
get
in the pass
movement
yards.
up front
286
in order
through
to
the air for
give Liam
Syracuse, just
Cohen some
110
options
for
to be able
Western
to get
Michigan. The
other
third downs
playmakers
also
involved.
stand out. 5 of 7 for Cuse in the first
Second and
half,
short.
compared to just 1 out of 8.
Yeah, it seemed like Schrader found a way to figure out this defense. The offensive
Coming
line
up
has
on
done a great
11
job of
minutes.
picking up the
Davis
blocks, the
again.
blitz, and really protecting Schrader. And he's done a
Churning
great
out
job
yards,
of
another
limiting
first down for the
contact.
Wildcats.
This is what they like to see. 2 runs ended up being a first down. They would love to continue to do this. Ray Davis is that guy who has the ability, who has the intellect, savvy.
to an ACC
Coming into
opponent
this
in
game, the
semifinal
last
game.
5 games for Ray Davis, he was
Eric Schrader,
averaging 7 yards per carry.
44
Today,
yards,
only
short of his
averaging
career
5,
high
so
for 330
we'll see how
last
this
year
shakes out.
against Minnesota, 286 in
First
the
and
first
10.
half today. And obviously, if he was going to play the entire 4 quarters, you wouldn't worry about that record falling. We'll see
Brown
how
in
deep
motion.
he
You
goes.
felt
into
that one
this,
coming to the short
into this
side of the
second half.
field.
Could be
He
another
was run out of
opportunity for
bounds
Carlos
after
Del
picking
Rio
up 9
Wilson
yards.
to get some pretty
And
significant
that's such an
time, just like he did
unconventional play. Not necessarily
last
the
year.
play
Also,
call, but
Lynn
you're taking
Allen.
Barry and Brown, running him into
you
the
really think about
boundary.
that with all of your starters, right? There's
Because
a
it's so
balance between
unconventional,
games at hand,
defenses
let's
sleep
protect people,
on it.
let's stay
And that
healthy,
way, when they
it's
sleep on
football,
it and
and
they're
you
not
need to go play
expecting it,
Yeah, I
it
agree with
allows
that.
him
The
to
other
be
thing
able
that
to
you
get
need
the
as
corner for
coach
an
is you need
8-yard
your
gain.
backups to get some reps.
Yeah.
And if you get
That's
that
a great
opportunity,
point
you
for
wanna
somebody
see
like
what
me
you
who
got
doesn't know
covered.
any better.
know,
You
it's a
expect a
long
play like that to
season.
go to the wide side of
Anything
the
can
field so
happen.
there can be some kind of explosion. But hey, all the while we got a 9-yard gain.
Yep.
Syracuse
Second
with
and
a
short
return
again
to
for
start
the
second half.
Wildcats.
DeMarcus
Leary,
Adams
right between
out
the
to
numbers.
the 25-yard line.
Brown is pulled down just outside of the 30-yard line after a
Right, so last
14-yard
week
gain.
it was a shutout against Colgate.
Now it looks like
65 to
Kentucky's
nothing.
offense, they're getting into
See the
rhythm.
45 points
They're
in the first half
understanding,
today.
look, guys, certain plays are going to be open. We just need to make sure we
Defensive
execute.
touchdown in each of the
Devin
last
Leary's
two
doing a very
games
good
as well.
job
All
of
right,
just
so no
reading
Garrett
the
Schrader to
defense
start
after
the
the
second
play
half.
action
It
thing.
is Carlos Del Rio Wilson. He hands off to Jawan Price for a short gain on first down.
Devin Leary.
Del Rio Wilson from
Engineered
Atlanta played at
17
Cartersville
victories
High
in just
School, went to
4
Florida
losses
out of high school,
for NC
and has
State
transferred
over a year
to
and a half period.
Syracuse. He was pretty
Trying
good
to
last
bring
week,
that
10
out
of
to
13,
Lexington.
149 yards.
Ray Davis coming over from
touchdown
Nashville.
through the air.
A Vanderbilt transfer for 8 yards.
If you're Dino Babers, give your backup a chance to get in there and
Ray
get some
Davis
reps,
got
some
positive
game
yards
time
on that
reps.
play, but you got to give a lot of credit to the big blue
Carrying
roll
it
on
out
that.
down the
These
field
guys
and
created
complete. Jabari
lanes.
Hatcher
Look at
trying to
Jagger
come
Burton
back
up
with
front,
the ball.
Eli Cox,
Tied up with
Dylan
Aaron
Ray.
Wofford just a little bit.
These guys creating big lanes, driving their defensive linemen down the field. Best run of the day for Ray Davis.
Right up in his face on his
Chili, who has been
Michigan
wreaking havoc all
defensive
day
line.
long,
So he
was
really couldn't
depleted
step
right
into
there
that throw.
in his effort
And
to
as a
make
result, you get the
We've
ball
also
that's
seen
short.
a lot of movement, a lot of misdirection just
Third
after
down
the snap.
coming here for the Orange. 3rd and 8.
Leary floats right, throws left. Ray Davis extends, touchdown, 24 yards.
Very nice setup for Liam Cohen and the Kentucky Wildcats.
Because Del Rio Wilson stood in and took the hit, and then Hatcher was a really good grab.
The Broncos able to get pressure on him.
Fakes it to Ray Davis out of the backfield, rolls to the right. He knew nobody was going to cover the back coming out of the backfield. Why? Because they haven't shown
Great
that all
execution by
day.
both of those
They
guys.
didn't show it last week. Nice play design, but even better execution
Price gets
by the
turned
Kentucky Wildcats
back
offense.
for no gain on first down. Marshawn Nealon,
So the Wildcats
the guy that they're going to move around a lot. I think that's the
now
first
have
time that
an
we've called his
11-point
name
lead.
today.
They've got a whistle and a
Yeah,
flag.
he's the guy that
So
the
that'll
coach
hold things
described as a dog. He's the guy that they
8
depend
minutes
on
left
that
as we
defensive
see
line.
the referees convene. Right now,
Put his
it's a
hand on the
10-point
ground. They'll
advantage.
put him in the middle of the defensive line. But they'll
Offside.
also
Defense
move
number
the
0.
outside.
Moving
Have
by the
him stand up.
the offense direct.
Standing up there in the middle of the line.
So we'll do it
And
again
Down
because the penalty was
goes
before
Del
the
Rio
snap and on
Wilson.
the defense.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion
And
right
there
there.
is Ray Davis,
in the offensive
51
line.
yards on that drive
You saw
alone.
guys walking up and
running
backing
and
off.
receiving.
They
He's a
I don't
guy
think they really
transferring
got
over
confused
from
of who's coming
Vanderbilt.
and
9
who's
months
not
ago when
coming.
he jumped to
And
the
that's
portal,
what that
everybody
defense
wanted.
does to you.
11 years ago,
Because they
as a
blitz from
foster
everywhere.
kid,
You told
really
them they're gonna
nobody
bring
wanted.
corners, they're gonna
And
be
now here he is,
linebackers,
found some
safety, they
love,
might bring a
found
trainer or two,
football,
and
and
you
he has
gotta
had an
really confuse that defensive
amazing
line right there.
journey. Daryl Bird from Cat's Paws just wrote a
Mason
terrific
Nelson
article about him.
that came
You
up
can
with the
find
sack.
that online, but really illuminating
3rd and
story
long
about a
here
guy
for
now
Syracuse.
who is a champion for foster care and has brought his
Western
team
Michigan
now to
trying
the
to get
brink
off the
of
field.
a possible
Pressure coming
victory,
complete to
which
the
was in doubt
tight
for a little
end.
while.
That's Max Max Meg across midfield, but short of the first down.
How about the extension?
And they brought a six-man
You got to have the
pressure blitz
extension.
right there.
This is desire.
And was
I
able
want
to
to
make the
have
tackle,
it, Ray Davis.
keeping him short of the first down, and And that's a good
He
start
will
for
not
that
be
Western
denied.
Michigan defense is coming off in the second half, getting them stopped, getting the punt, give your offense
For
a
most
chance
of
to get
us,
out there.
there are no guarantees, no golden tickets, no easy roads. But at the University of Kentucky, there is a promise to support and inspire you, to reach for what's possible, to lead and create, to heal and discover, as we help solve the world's toughest challenges, transforming lives and improving communities. At the University of Kentucky, we promise to make the possible real.
Working within the church for racial
What if your
unity
entire
is one of
day
the most
glided like
significant
Dove Men?
things that I was put on this
It's
earth
made
to
with a
do.
plant-based
But it's
moisturizer
difficult
and glides on
for a
without
nonprofit to
irritation.
have the impact
So
that
you
you
can
want
glide
when
through
you're
your
spending
entire
a lot
day
of your
with
time trying to
confidence.
figure out fundraising.
Feel the Dove
With the
Men
help
glide.
of the Thrivent member network, we were able working to within expand the our church organization's for reach racial beyond unity my is one of the wildest most dreams. significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending
This
a lot
is
of
not
your
the
time
first
trying to
all-electric
figure out
car.
fundraising.
That's because no BMW sees
With
the
the
road
help
until
of the
it's reached the
Thrivent member
ultimate
network,
standard,
we were
our
able to
own.
expand our
But isn't that what
organization's
you'd
reach
expect
beyond
from
my
the
wildest
ultimate
dreams.
electric driving machine? Build your own all-electric BMW i7 today.
Yeah, with Metro, there's no contracts, no price hikes, no surprises. There's no yada yada. Wait, Metro has not the contract yada yada?
Wait, who do you need me to play for?
T-Mobile.
Surprise, yada yada. Wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals and sack you with a 3-year device contract.
Even I can say.
Not a T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, Ben. Now can I do the thing?
Do the thing.
Nada yada yada means wireless without the gotcha.
Take charge
No
of your
contracts, no
upgrades with our
price hikes,
best
no
Go 5G
surprises.
plans.
Only at Metro.
What if
That's
your
a huddle.
entire
You don't
day
know what
glided
huddle
like
is,
Dove
do you?
Men? It's made with a plant-based moisturizer and glides on without irritation. So you can glide through your entire day with confidence. Feel the Dove Men glide.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin. With one-quarter moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
At Kentucky because
After
then
cooking a
head
delicious
coach
North
Bear
Farm
Bryant
Stand chicken
wouldn't
cheddar
let
broccoli
kids
recipe,
also
you will
play
want
his
to
favorite
close your
sport for the
delivery
Wildcats,
apps
which was
and open your
baseball.
camera so
The
you can
coaches
take
at Eastern allowed
photos
him
of
to
your
play both
homemade
sports, so
masterpiece.
he became a cone
Unfortunately,
instead of a
no
wild.
photo can capture the savory goodness of this perfect combo of juicy sweet tomatoes and smooth silky zucchini. You nailed it. Norte's combos. It's not
And you
fast
see a
food,
lot of the
but it's
kids,
so
every kid on
good.
Eastern Kentucky team has the helmet stickers on.
What would you do
He
with more?
provided
At
a
Olive
lot of
Garden,
hope.
more
He
is
gave
baked into our
and
DNA.
created a lot of opportunity
And our
for
lasagna.
players to be able to not only excel in
It's
the
why our
game, but
never-ending
excel
first course keeps on
in
coming.
life.
It's why you can get 3 favorites on one plate. And why we make all our sauces from scratch every single day. Because when you have more, you have more to share, more to bond over. And that's a pretty special thing with family.
Back to action here at Kroger Field. Really no way to transition from that, but we'll try. Wildcats coming off a huge touchdown drive.
Hayden Wolf into the game
28-17
for
they lead.
Western Michigan,
Parker
the
McKinney
backup quarterback
gonna have to
for
pull a
the
rabbit out of the hat.
Broncos, transfer
And he
from
starts
Old Dominion,
with the pitch and catch to the
45-7.
tight end.
Syracuse leading it over
Second catch
Western
of the game
Michigan.
for Hunter Brown.
They were ready to play before
Hunter
we
Brown
were
just
there,
ran
so
the simple
had
route
one
coming
without.
across
So we
the
got a second
field.
down and 8 coming up.
Kentucky defense
Wolf,
is
big
not
kid,
playing
6'5",
well right
redshirt
now.
junior.
They're busting coverages. That was another busted coverage. I don't know whether or not if it was the backer or someone in the secondary, but they are not doing the little things right. Communication is big, and that's what Coach Brad White talked about.
Yeah,
Awareness
nice throw
on
the sprint out
understanding
by
what you
Wolf
prep
right there, escaping the pocket and delivering a
Carter.
catchable ball. And that's a huge play for the Western Michigan offense.
Gain of 34 for Western Michigan.
So what does Eastern Kentucky have to do here, Takeo?
We talked with
I would think Eastern Kentucky will continue
Lance
the same
Taylor,
game plan.
Billy Kosh.
When you look at the last 3 drives that they had against this Kentucky defense, one field goal, punt, and then ended the last drive with the touchdown. So it's going to come a point again to where Kentucky is going to blitz, and please believe McKinney is waiting to find the open man.
Truth of the matter is, though, they brought Hayden Wolf in to be the quarterback, and Salopek ended up winning it. He didn't come until summer, though. He was out there for spring and just kind of found himself behind.
And I think Eastern knows
the expectation was
we don't necessarily
this year.
I don't know. I don't think Eastern's personnel is built
he's a guy who really
for no huddle, pushing the ball down the field. We have to take what they give us.
Give a chance to play in this game and get some valuable reps right now.